Hello, dear delegates. My name is Alexandros Kamakloudis, and I will be chairing our Committee on Civil Liberties, or LIBE II. It reads as follows: Empowering youth. With an estimated 88.6 million young Europeans between 15 and 29 years old, that constitutes 17.4% of the total population, how can the EU engage young people in civic issues and democratic process in a meaningful way? I may make some mistakes along the way, people, but if we don't fall, we never learn from our mistakes, right? And I sincerely apologize for my appalling handwriting. It's not good, alright? I'll try and work on it throughout the session. Alright, let's try and unpack this topic. We must ask ourselves, why do we want more youth engagement? Why should I worry? Why should I care? It's from an old Disney song from the 90s. I'm sorry if you don't get the reference. A simple answer would be the following. It allows us to act more responsibly as civilians, as it will guarantee that every political, democratic, or civil act of the youth is to be respected and heard. However, we have to also clarify the term meaningful. What's the point of it all? What does it all mean? We'd like to push towards democratic process for the youth with respectful treatment of each other, themselves, and even their political adversaries in competition. That's what it means. We don't want engagement to be featured on extreme and radical sides of the political spectrum, as we can see the violent political aftershocks that extremist parties cause in several member states of the EU, such as the Golden Dawn in Greece or the National Front Party of France. In addition, for the democratic process, we'd like to push for more effectiveness across the EU. In a Eurobarometer from December 2014, there was an increased participation in political elections across the Union, but we still see that fewer than 1 in 10 respondents belong to any political, human rights, or environmental organization. So we can see that there is a lack of engagement in democratic process. So, what's good and what's bad about the topic? On the one hand, it seems that young Europeans are satisfied with some measures that are in place. Around 2/3 are happy with the Erasmus Plus program, as well as the European Solidarity Corps. They believe that these initiatives make them feel more European. And anyone who understood the double plus good reference, good job, you're good at literature. That's Orwellian. On the other hand, these European feelings are not always shared across the Union. This could be caused by the division of competences within the EU. Our topic falls neatly under the division known as social policy, in shared competences, which means that EU countries exercise their own competence with it where the EU does not exercise or has decided not to exercise its own competence. Thus, any decision that the EU makes is not forced upon the member states, which results in the lack of European feelings across the Union for several member states. So what's being done? The European Commission, or we'll call it the EC for short, has proposed several actions in a report published in 2018. In summary, it calls for an EU Youth Coordinator, which will ensure a youthful voice to be heard when EU policies are shaped. Also, it wants to track the money spent on the youth by the EU, launch an EU Youth Dialogue, which will allow for the problems of the youth to be focused on, remove obstacles to facilitate volunteering and solidarity mobility, and to increase recognition of non-formal learning via a youth work agenda. But we have to remember that as this is shared competences, not all member states will follow the suggestions made by the EC. Our objective is to push for solutions which will allow the EU youth of the member states to be more involved in the democratic process and civic issues, resulting in more active EU citizens. I hope that this short video allows for a small insight for our topic, and will encourage you to find feasible solutions for our future. Take care, and I'll see you in August, and good luck.